I'm so happy to be with you guys today.
Yeah.
Uh, I think Echo of Lost Innocence got as much coverage actually in Doha and like an international coverage as well, more than we expected, to be honest. When we were even thinking, like for example, for the opening day with the team in Mshayriba Properties, we were expecting like 100 to 200 people actually to come and visit like the opening and these stuff, and we ended up having like more than 1,700 people actually coming in the first day. So everything was like going so dramatically and so beautifully with the interaction of people, especially like the people of Qatar, whether like Qataris or expats and even like international visitors coming to Doha. So it was a beautiful experience, though the message was a harsh one, and it's talking about the children of Gaza that we're still losing on a daily basis. And I do believe now it's maybe more than 18,000 kids got lost, and these are like the numbers known to the media, but some people are saying it might be way bigger than that. So I do hope that this number would stop. I was hoping this almost 2 years back, or 1 year and a half. Yeah, because when I started working with this initiative, it was December 2023, and today we're January 2025. So it's almost like, it's almost like 2 years.
Yes.
It's almost 2 years actually with this.
Yes.
So yeah. This is, how can I say it? This is how an artist actually would be like playing a role in paying tribute actually for whatever is happening in this life. Palestine is the number one cause for humanity before. Let's not talk about the Arab world or the Islamic world. We're talking about like the international community and the whole world itself. It's the first cause, and it's the cause of humanity. It's the cause of innocence and the lost innocence itself. And we've been hearing about that for a long time ago. Like we're talking about mid 20th century. Everybody was talking about it. Nelson Mandela was talking about it. Gandhi was talking about it. Everybody was talking about it. So, and it's still not solved. It's still not finished. And we're just hoping actually that one day we will be remembering like those who got lost due to this war, due to this nightmare in Palestine. So yeah.
Let's see, we know who you are, but let's go back a little bit and build to the Echo of Innocence. You're an artist coming from Lebanon, living in Qatar. A lot of your art, you get inspiration from Qatar. And Qatari inspiration and essence. As an artist, what moves you? What makes you give these pieces? Because I know, because you do applied art.
Yes.
And applied art is a question I want to ask you afterwards, because a lot of people don't know what applied art is. They know contemporary, they know abstract, but they don't know applied art in particular. So your first question, number one, is the essence you get from Qatari heritage, because we live in Qatar. Where does that come from, and how does that drive you?
Okay, first I studied interior design and surveying engineering, and then when I came over here to Doha, I had my master's degree in archaeology of the Arab and Islamic world at UCL. So studying interior design, we do have a big part where we study history, okay? And then studying archaeology as well, especially the one of the region itself, you will know more about the history of it. Qatar is super rich with the history, especially when we're talking about traditions and heritage itself. And I'm always fascinated with the daily life routines of the people more than the other aspects of the history itself. It has a beautiful architecture, which is super common. But I would go more into the details of the architecture itself, of the lifestyle of the people and their traditions. Like for example, mainly I have worked with a lot of with art reflecting messages from the society itself when it is about women empowerment, for example, and what's the message behind it, and why would I go for that certain type of detail instead of going for something else? Because I like to go and catch a certain type of detail that might most of the people might forget about it. Yes.
I've seen your
Yes.
pieces.
Yes. So I would go, for example, like when it is about women, I would go for the fashion, for the old fashion, and I would take one of the details actually and develop it from there into like an art piece or an art detail. And I love to keep people wondering, oh, if this is like real Qatari tradition, or is it like from somewhere? It happened with me more than once. And I would be happy actually to show people like the resources and the research behind every single piece of them. But lately, for the past 2 years, I've been focusing more actually on an international side of Palestine itself. So most of my works nowadays actually are reflecting whatever is happening in Gaza, because it really affected me back when it started actually on October 7, 2023. I know that was happening for a long time ago, but this time it was like really, how can I say, it was like a big slap to the Arab community, to the Islamic community, and to the international community itself. But before that, and I'm still, to be honest, I'm still working actually with most of my pieces are reflecting something like from the Qatari nature, or from the traditions, from the heritage itself, fashion, or whatsoever. Most of the time I go to the museum, I would search like for certain pieces, for example, or just to get inspired, or to go like to the library to read more books, like especially old books and these stuff. And I found myself within this niche in art. And applied art actually is something really interesting, because we're talking about sculpture, we're talking about art installations, and it's nothing common between artists, to be honest. Like every single artist got to enter this field from a different perspective. So it's not an easy one, to be honest. And you need to be like more, how can I say, eager to know more about how to reflect your message with your art piece. So yeah, and so far and most of my sculptures are reflecting something from the community I'm living, from the environment actually I'm being inspired with. And to be honest, I love Qatar. Like it's different. It's totally different. I have been here for 17 years. And I've witnessed, like, I'm not gonna say like it was directly after the Asian Games in 2006, and all the process actually of building the new infrastructure for the World Cup in 2022. It was a huge change of the landscape fabric of the country itself. And even like now we do have like the National Museum, and they're planning like for different other museums as well. So it's totally different, it's totally new, and every day you will find something new. Every day you will get inspired by something new.
Speaking of the National Museum, you see Qatar is they are the pioneers of new architects. You can see them. The National Museum is based on the Desert Rose.
Yes.
They try new things. They build new buildings. And I can see in your art, especially in applied art, as the name says, you try things, or you see things from your point of view that the average person has missed. And you give emphasis on that one thing to give it the art piece.
Yeah.
And when you give it, it shows a different side of it, where people are like, I didn't really think about that, or I didn't really see it in that way, which I think is actually a very phenomenal skill.
And that's what differentiates you from being a normal person. Artists are crazy people, to be honest. So we see stuff from a total different perspective, and we see it actually from a total different niche. and it will reflect something from our own, let's say, soul, all the way, actually taking like one item as if you're putting it inside yourself and then getting it outside actually for the people to see it. It's not an easy process, to be honest. And it's very important as an artist to have a message, because your art piece or artwork or sculpture or whatsoever, whatever you're producing as an artist, if it doesn't have a message, it's worthless.
What's the point?
Yeah, exactly. We can find this actually in a daily basis through the social media and everything. Like there's plenty of artists wannabe that they just want actually to be like being labeled with being called as an artist or something like this. But if there's no message, there's nothing. It's and this is the dilemma, and this is like the main point of being an artist, because art is a form of living and reflecting something actually, whether it's from the past, the present, or the future itself. So you need to know exactly what you're talking about. You need to know exactly what you're doing and what's your message and what you are serving. If you don't have a high purpose, it doesn't mean anything to you.
Brother Bachir, I have a question. When you're looking at interpretation of your art, you have a certain way that you want it interpreted because you created it in a certain way.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation when someone interpreted your art in a different way, or in a way that you did not, I guess, agree with? Mm-hmm. How do you deal with that in terms of explaining how the purpose was for that piece?
I would never explain.
Oh, okay.
I would never explain because whatever this piece actually would mean to you, it will mean something totally different to the audience. So you cannot as an artist actually force your message over people, because every single person will see it. I work with lots of artists as well, because I work also as curator, and I do remember this story with one fellow artist that he was working on one project, and I had him in one of the exhibitions, and his piece was super powerful, to be honest. It was a huge piece. It was in black color, and lots of people actually got emotional when they saw it. But from the other side, I had lots of visitors actually coming to the gallery and telling me like, it looks like a piece of garbage.
He said that? Yes. Verbatim?
Yes. Yes. And he knew about it.
To his face?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And for no, but this is normal. You always, as an artist, you always have to be neutral when it is about receiving the messages from the audience. Okay. You cannot force people and say, no, my art is beautiful. I don't believe there is something so-called art is beautiful, art is ugly. Exactly. And you cannot put yourself actually in every single person visiting your piece or getting interacted with it in their own way. So you have to respect that. You have to keep yourself neutral, and just to listen. Sometimes you really need to listen, because some of them would come to you and tell you like, oh, I wish you made this piece, for example, in white color. It would have long. I did it once. I had one art installation, and one of the artists came to me and she said like, I love what you have done, but I prefer this part. I wish this part that you made it actually in white color instead of black color. So what I did, I reinvented the art installation again, and I used the white color, and I had a total different receipt of the people. Yes, exactly. It was totally different. So sometimes we have to listen. The artist ego sometimes is really
it's human ego. It's everyone.
Yes. No, but when it is with artists, it's like way
so
higher.
The ability to receive feedback is the hardest thing, basically.
Yes. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
No, I'm telling you, personally, it's not easy sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might like break your heart, to be honest. Yeah. And sometimes it might like cheer you up.
Make your day.
Yes, exactly. So it's not like every single person will have his own interpretation, what is about your piece and how they will look at it and how they will see it. So.